Rescue's ready.
Prepared attention to main.
You're going to go down in the clear, about halfway down, stop.
Yeah, you guys need to take the slack out of that.
Where's the best place to hold this, like I'm doing
That's
here?
good for right now, yeah. So take all the slack out of it. Keep going.
There is a very good rule of thumb that's been proven over and over again, and that is that if we have one average dude pull on this rope, we have a traveling pulley. This is a traveling bight of rope. So we have mechanical advantage, right? So when we pull on this, we get 2-1 mechanical advantage. Can everybody see how if she was attached up here, she's just riding across the litter attached to this, or if she's by herself, she's attached, and she's just hanging from our carry. But when it's time for her to go down, she can pull up on this relief tension, let this go, and now she can take off. The mainline operators are going to lower her or raise her, just like this is our mainline. The reason for this is these are clutches. You may get such a load on this system that if you pull too hard or if this thing drops, then what's going to happen is this is a clutch and it will fail. The triple wrap trussing on 11 millimeter is going to fail around 900 pounds. It's going to fail around 1,200 pounds on half-inch rope because you got that better grip, right? So what happens here is if we just tied it off here, we've got a huge shock load on the rope. Here we don't, it slips. And that's our clutch.
I'll go
Okay,
out.
we'll send out Doc.
Do we want the gates facing inwards or outwards?
Inward. Inward. Yeah. Know that whenever you're rigging anything at an anchor and everything, we always hook down. When we do that, we rotate it around, and the carabiner's facing down, it screws down so we don't screw up, and we get the carabiner's gate facing upward. This is always a good idea. Screw down, don't bring it back up the other way. Now I flipped this over, is why I actually turned that around there. But it's a good point. All right, and this will go here, and this one's ready.
So I'm in two spots then.
Alright.
I'm in here, and I'm in here.
Well, the only thing you have going for you is us holding this,
Right.
and this holding that. You've got one rope here, and it's 11 millimeter rope.
No, when I'm tied in.
There is no belay line. You understand?
You're going
Right.
to take that beaner there and clip it into the god ring.
Right, and then the other beaner to here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're. Alright, this is called the anatomically correct method for putting. We're going to make a head, and I just made it one clip like this. Okay? And then, I'll make this is for the torso, and make it like this. And you remember it because it's anatomically correct. Together. That's minimum harness, and now you can attach her to the apron. But you want to put a proper harness on her, like you would tie, you know, wrapping around and everything, and if she's mobile enough to be able to do that, fine, but she cannot come out of this harness. But this will just be enough to tighten on her if she had a catastrophic thing. It's going to tighten uncomfortably tight. This is the loop on her knee. Just laid it out for her. When we put her down there, we bring this one up, piece her together, center will move right up. And that's the minimum harness. You don't want to do anything less than that. Lowering, and have the raise ready to go on this one, and have the raise ready to put on this one, because this is going to be your main raise when they're back over the cliff. So this is just going to be like we do a raise lower. Alright, this is a raise lower. You're going to have everything ready so they say, okay, stop, change over, and you're able to change over before you bring back up. When it gets up to the edge of the cliff, and it stops, and it's dead cold there, and we can't move it any farther, then we're going to put this pulley system on, put the new bridle. He's hooked into this, and he's got a
Okay.
Prusik.
So you're going to do like an alpine or something goes to the patient, and then the very end of that belay line is going to go to the rescuer. So the patient and the rescuer is on the same belay.
No, but normally what we would do is this goes to the patient because this is the main line, and then this is an inline 8, and it goes up here to the master point. The liver's coming up. Right. It can actually come up into your crotch, so you need to
But
get
he's
over the
about
cliff.
he's the position about where he needs to be. I mean, I know
He needs to get over the cliff a little bit.
he needs to go on over.
I wouldn't want to be like up kind of by the patient where I can see him. You know what I mean? That's kind of my job. The patient's have a problem. I need to get
Okay,
to their
and
head.
then what you guys are going to do is you're waiting back here for this vector. You might even have to step back a little bit to get your vector. Now start vectoring right at this point.
Down slow a little bit.
Okay, so you've got control of where that litter is. There's no weight on that litter at all. It's just sitting there.